Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we're back. There is plenty to talk about this week, so we're going to jump right in. Does anybody have anything for checked out?
You do.
I did watch Unhinged.
Oh, right.
I loved it.
I
knew that I would. I knew that I would from the trailer. I knew that I would. It was utterly ridiculous. I feel like, what's his name? Tom Cooper, played by Russell Crowe, might have been overreacting a bit. I only had a problem with the very end, just from an action movie perspective. I thought that could have been handled better. I'll talk about that in a second. But I liked it. Like it was just balls to the wall for an hour and a half. I was captivated. I was in it. Like, I want one of those hammers that he had in the beginning where he just went and knocked the fucking door down at his ex's house. I've seen him in Home Depot. You can buy one. Yeah, no, it was great. I liked his, I just kind of liked his shitty, crazy Southern personality. It's like, just got to give it a courtesy tap. Like, that's it. It's light. It feels nice. It was like, nah, you going to learn today. And then he flipped the fuck out. And it was fucking fantastic. Loved every minute of it. That woman deserved it.
Wow.
Yeah, she deserved it.
I mean, at the beginning, she deserved it. At the end.
Yeah, I was like, all right. You had to set her brother on fire. God damn. Yo, he killed that dude's wife. He was like, oh, word? And he was looking through. I was like, yo, come on, man. That guy's going to be fucked up for the rest of his life.
It was fucked up.
Yeah, that was a
like,
terrible way to murder someone.
I can't condone any of this.
I did have a good time, though.
Not amused.
I have to say, I stopped rooting for him pretty quickly after at the diner. I was like, all right, you need to take it easy.
I mean, I would have kept rooting for him, but like the blazenness of it, it's just like, all right, calm down.
We got to call the cops here.
You ain't even trying to hide, yo. Like,
no.
You ain't trying to be subtle. Like, nope.
Nah, he killed that dude in cold blood.
You know what? Fuck every single person in that diner, yo. Fuck every single person in that diner. Look, I'm not one for confrontation. I'm going to have to intervene if I'm seeing that shit.
But at the same time, he just murked this dude. Like, what am I going to do? I'm just eating eggs.
I mean, no. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be Captain America leading the charge.
Hey, over there.
I'm gonna look, see if I can get some eye contact. You know what I mean? I gotta find another black person because white people ain't gonna do that shit. And if it's a white guy doing that to another white guy, that's just white on white crime, guys.
Like, where are the fathers, yo? I got nothing to do with that.
Maybe you should put some rec centers in their community to give them
right.
to do.
I'm minding my black ass business. Like, nah, yo, get out of here. No, yo, that scene was nuts. I was like, oh, you're just gonna kill that guy? God damn. The only issue I had was it was a slight missed opportunity at the end, right? When, spoiler alert for this tour de force Unhinged, when she jumps and she stabs the scissors in his eye and he's like, and he fucking leans back up like Michael Myers or some shit, which was great. She says the line and then kicks the scissors deeper into his face to kill him. Like, no, that's not a human reaction. The action movie reaction is to kill the guy and then you say the line, right? Like, because you got to be a badass. Like, that's.
But I never.
Because you don't have the time, yo. She's like, I'm gonna say this line first. Like, nah, no.
But I never understood that, right? Like, what's the point of quipping a dead guy?
No, it doesn't matter.
You want to be a smart ass, right? Like, here, how's this for a courtesy tap? Bitch! And then bang! Right?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just like, I didn't mind it. I
would have loved if she went to do that and he grabbed her foot and they kept fighting. Because, yo, he was punching women in the face, yo. I did not appreciate that at all.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, guys. All right.
Like, all right.
At this point, I am officially like,
you gotta take it easy, man. I'm gonna kill your kid. All right, Tom. God damn. But other than that, thoroughly enjoyed it. I saw JTD watch it. He was like, I was in traffic today. Somebody stopped short. And I almost beeped the horn, but I was like, maybe they having a bad day. You know what? I'm good. It's not worth it. Yeah, you never know.
I need to show that movie to my wife.
Stop honking the horn, yo.
Yeah.
For the love of God.
Stop that shit.
Yeah, you don't know who. Look, that dude. And look, she had an opportunity. He was like, why don't we reset? And she was like, nah, fuck your reset. And he was like, all right then, you gonna learn. Yeah, she did. God damn, he tried to kill her whole family.
Yo, he gave that bitch an ultimatum. He was like, who am I gonna kill next? She's like, what?
Give me their address.
Like going through her phone, like. Ugh.
Yeah, that shit was super wild. She was like, Susan Smith, I don't fuck with her. Go ahead, kill her.
Yeah,
He
that
was
bitch
like,
fired.
Right. That bitch fired me. Fuck her. I was like, oh, wait. So you want me to kill her? Well, then, nope. I ain't doing it. Fuck you.
yeah, I'm going to your brother. Like, oh, sad. So, yeah, I enjoyed Unhinged. I thought it was fun. All right, let's jump right into stupid / weird. Oh, actually, this shouldn't. Wrong section. This should be in science and tech. So there's a rogue planet going through our solar system, which is weird. Astronomers have found a rogue planet floating through our galaxy, untethered to any sun. The free-floating world is slightly smaller than the Earth, making it the smallest such planet ever found. But it could be one of many such rogue planets in the Milky Way. And scientists have suggested that they may even outnumber the stars in our galaxy. Wow, that's fucking crazy. Such planets are impossible to see using traditional techniques. Instead, scientists took advantage of astronomical phenomenon known as gravitational microlensing to spot the planet. I don't know, like the idea of rogue planets feels more like that's not really a planet. That's a fucking Death Star kind of thing. Like, that's a little weird.
You know, a rogue planet to me feels like one of our planets just decided it doesn't want to be a part of the solar system anymore.
Yeah,
it's like, you know what? Deuces, I'm out.
Yeah, that's a little weird. I would love to know.
Big ass Jupiter is just like later.
Yeah, like that's crazy. And I wonder what causes that, right? Like, I would assume they have to have some, like, most things in space have an orbit. So why do these things, or how do these things break their orbit? If they ever have one.
Is it an actual like planet, or is it just like a rock that's just really, really big?
I mean, they're using the term planet, so I don't know. I mean, apparently that is a term, free floating planets. So I don't know. I don't know what constitutes just like a rock or like a moon versus a planet. Like I honestly don't. That sounds like an utterly ridiculous, like uneducated thing to say, but I'm not sure. Like most people do know the difference. What's that?
What is the difference?
I really don't know.
Because some planets are uninhabitable by human life.
Right. So like that can't be the
uninhabitable. Period. Something might be on them.
Yeah. Like, what is the difference between a planet and a moon? I don't know. Oh, I see. If an object, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I am an idiot.
Size related?
No, if an object revolves around the sun, it's called a planet. However, if it circles around another heavenly body, then it's called a moon. Okay, that makes sense.
Just a large rock.
Yeah, I guess they're all just considered large rocks. But that's, yeah, I mean, as I'm saying it out loud, that makes total sense. But what's weird is then why would you, like, by definition, why would you call this a planet if it doesn't revolve around any sun? Right? Like,
right.
Yeah, it just seems weird. But you wouldn't call it a moon either because it's not
a roll around the planet.
Right. So I don't know.
It's called a rock.
Floating.
Yeah. It's a fucking doomsday device.
It's call it debris, space junk.
Space junk. There you go. Yeah, free floating space junk.
Yeah, that's the scientific term.
Just slightly smaller than Earth.
Like, while I really enjoy science, every time I hear one of these stories or see one of these stories, like there was a story, they like NASA or something landed a device on a comet like last week to
That's insane.
Yeah, a comet to pick up some comet dust or whatever. It was just on it for a couple seconds and it just got off. Like, there are people on this planet that don't have homes.
Right. Like,
and these niggas are dropping devices on comets.
That's how you know human beings are pieces
light
of
years
shit.
are like fucking it took like 10 years for this thing to land on this motherfucker. Like they just sent this thing out like 10 years ago. It landed. Now it's got to come back. But there are people in San Francisco that are living under bridges.
I mean, but that just goes to show you.
Me.
I mean, no, you're right.
If you're lucky.
right. Like what the fuck?
Like, couldn't we just use? And not that we shouldn't explore space, obviously.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, look, like I said, it's fascinating to me, but like that can't be cheap.
No,
like, at all.
I'm not even thinking of the financial cost, which is significant and a huge part of it. But like from a technological perspective, like we haven't figured out how to like build food replicators or anything. Like we have the minds that can do this shit, right? Like It's crazy to me that you couldn't build low cost housing, for instance.
What you put your energy towards,
right? Yeah.
To me, is kind of.
Well, here's the thing, but you can. It's just that nobody wants to pay to do it.
That's it.
Yeah, they want to pay to land fucking like
they want to pay. Look,
robots on asteroids,
which is amazing.
It's, I mean, no, that's incredible, but like I don't fucking care to be honest with you. But
look, there's only one solution, and it's to strap homeless people to rockets and shoot them up onto comets. That's a win-win for everybody. You still get your thing where you can just like see if you can pinpoint use pinpoint accuracy to throw something to hit a moving object like a comet from light years away, and you get rid of the bums.
This is why Micah can't be in charge, And this is exactly why he connects with Dr. Doom. This is exactly the reason right here. Oh, Mike is so nice. No, he isn't. No, he isn't. No, he isn't. Not even over Zoom. No, he isn't. He's a terrible person. But yeah, no, this is actually really, really fascinating. So yeah, we got a couple of fucking rogue planets to just like to do whatever they want to do.
Gravitational microlensing. What the fuck is that?
It's science, yo.
Science is wild.
Like I respect all of this stuff, but like all these people who like how does Neil deGrasse Tyson get paid? Like what does he do? To
he
get paid,
speeches,
right? Like, I guess he's a teacher.
Talks a bunch of shit.
He runs like the.
Everyone.
I mean, he's a pedant. But no, he runs like the planetarium in New York. Like that's his big thing. He also has
because
a TV show.
When you get this, like when you decide, okay, I want to go down this path, right? Ultimately, I would think it was originally to be an astronaut. Or an astronomer. No more.
Yeah, or an astronomer.
Being an astronaut, like I went to college with a girl who was very, very smart. Just her dream was to be an astronaut. And, like all dreams, the figments of your imagination and the real world sets in, and your black ass ain't going to the fucking moon. Right?
God damn.
So
what does she do now, Micah?
But I think she still works for NASA. But like,
okay, there you go.
I don't know, man. Like, what do you do? Like who's paying you to do this?
Yeah, I mean, Neil deGrasse Tyson is an astrophysicist, planetary scientist, author, and science communicator. For you idiots, he's since 1996. He's been the director of the Hayden Planetarium at the Rose Center for Earth and Space in New York. There you go. That's how he gets paid. He's smarter than you. And he likes to tell us how he in a couple of years he'll tell us how the movie Moonfall doesn't make any sense. And we'll go, we know.
Oh really, Neil.
Well, if the moon fell out of space, that'd be a problem.
If the moon moved 1 millimeter off of its normal gravitational orbit, all of the seas would swallow the Earth whole. And I was like, all right,
yeah, all right. We know, man. We know.
It's a Gerard Butler movie. We get it.
Nobody can kill Gerard Butler. That's what we've learned.
Not even the Earth itself,
or the moon that's trying to kill him. All right, let's move into lightning round. Micah, take it away. You two nerds are happy about this.
There's a new Assassin's Creed franchise coming to Netflix. It's going to be live action and an anime apparently. This is an interesting idea.
I'm excited about this.
And I hope it doesn't get messed up. There's multiple ways you can approach this. I think it was you, Jay, who said that each season should be its own time period.
Yes, I did say that.
And I like that idea. Each season being its own time period, with an overarching story that we don't really focus on, right? Like the overarching story should be in the margins because nobody really cares about the overarching story.
Didn't they like in the games? Didn't that become a thing? Like there was like there's a whole backstory about like these organizations or some shit like that. Golden Apple.
Yeah, the Templars and the Assassins, and there were Templars and there were Assassins, and the Templars generally worked with. In the original game, it was set in the Crusades.
Yeah, I played the first.
The Templars were like all the holy people, right? And the Assassins were basically all the atheists going to kill them, right?
Sounds good to me.
And they've been warring, fighting a secret war for years, and all to find the apple of Eden, what they call the apple of Eden, the physical, like actual apple of Eden wasn't an apple. It was like some sort of celestial device that is all powerful or some shit like that. And in the end,
yeah. How about we stick away? How about we move away from that? That sounds dumb.
At the end of that story, Desmond, the main character, was essentially just Jesus Christ. And then that story was the first 3 numbered games, right? And then they realized, hey, nobody really gives a fuck about this whole Apple of Eden thing. Let's just have a very loose, Templars versus Assassins contemporary story, but we give them a bullshit reason to go into the Animus and experience all this stuff.
So okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. So Desmond isn't the only character who goes into the Animus, right? Like they're like in the games, don't they change the lead? Like the lead person?
So Desmond essentially, him being Jesus, he has to die. I believe he dies in the third third game. And I think the fourth game you played like a computer programmer who works for Abstergo, who is the modern day version of the Templars, and you hop into the Animus to test out the Caribbean game or some stupid shit. Like this franchise is fucking dumb.
Yeah, that sounds pretty dumb. That sounds incredibly dumb.
And then they started back up again with the Templars versus the Assassins. And I forget who the main character is now. I forget her name, but
a girl.
This woman who has like Egyptian roots or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. What matters is the time period that you set these things in, and whatever bullshit story you can cobble together. I love the idea of each season being a different time period. You could tell a fully fleshed out story in 8 to 10 episodes in one season, then jump into another season with a new background and same characters or whatever.
Well, and see,
it's cool.
Okay, so here's my thing. One, I think this has the potential to be very good, right? Like it depends on how serious they take it. If The Witcher is any indication, they'll take it pretty serious. But I think it's definitely more ripe for a series than a show, just because of the way the game is set up. What would be cool is if they sort of took the what was the show with that just got canceled, Altered Carbon, right? Like make the lead outside of the Animus different every season, but tie them together, right? Like so you have, let's say, apparently the little clip that came out that they put out on Instagram or whatever, or on Twitter rather, was the music from the Ezio Auditore games, like those 3 games that were focused on him.
Era.
Right. But to me, like, it would be cool, one, make the first game back with what was it, Altair? It was the first character, right? Like, give it to a Middle Eastern dude. He goes into the Animus, and then he's Altair, and it's the same actor basically. And then he's a part of Abstergo or whatever fucking bullshit outside of the Animus. And then you find out at like the end of that season that there are more people who go into the Animus. And then the next season is a white guy, and they do the Ezio story. And then the third one, they find a Native American dude who's also a part of Abstergo or whatever the fuck. And he plays the Native American, one. And you know what I mean? Like, move it around. Cause look, I'll tell you this. What I don't want in this is one white guy playing either all white assassins like the entire time, because then like that kind of sucks because you don't get Altair, you don't get the Native American. I sorry, I don't know that character's name. And I want a fucking feudal. What was it?
Wasn't his name John something? I don't remember.
Yeah, because he was like wasn't he like half native? Because of course they wanted to keep it still white centric. But like
they had to, because Desmond, like you said, when you get into the Animus, it goes back into your DNA, your ancestral DNA.
Right. That's why you got to change the main. Right.
Right. And it didn't make sense for Desmond to be, have his roots in, the Middle East,
like Jerusalem, and then all of a sudden he's
Jerusalem and Italy, and he's a Native American. Like, all right, yo.
Yeah. Just change just make them like link up whoever these other people are outside of the Animus. Just make them all a part of Abstergo. And it's just like, and then season 2 focuses on this person. But then, it's what everybody wants. I know they're like, oh, maybe we'll do it the last one because, it's so obvious. But fuck, I want a feudal Japan one. Who the fuck doesn't want to see that? And I don't want a white guy playing a Japanese guy. Right? Sorry.
Yeah, we already got that.
You got Ghost of Tsushima. Like, I already did it.
Wait, what? Is that a white guy?
No, but like the setting.
Oh, yeah, of course. But I'm just saying, in this sort of Assassin's universe, like, you could do feudal Japan and then the person is a ninja. Obviously. Right? Like, fucking obviously. And that would be fucking dope. But, like, you want a Japanese guy. Like, you don't want to have, like, Tad Cadworth as, like, a fucking ninja. Get out of here. That's stupid. But outside of that, and I would hope that they would figure out a way to kind of make that work. I think this is a cool fucking idea. Like, I think it's ripe for some really cool shit. So we'll see.
I just sent you through Messenger what the main character's given name in Assassin's Creed 3 is. Anybody want to take a stab at it?
I feel like I'm gonna fuck this one up pretty solidly. Why is there a colon in his name?
Because it's his traditional Native American name.
What?
Yeah. So they did what white people do. Your name's Connor Kenway now.
Yeah, all right, yo. Come on, yo.
Connor. Okay, that's why I said John, because it was mad white.
Is it
the fuck is this?
Ratonka Hake Ton? Yeah, that doesn't feel right.
Indian. It's Indian. It's Native American, right? So
yeah, I'm not. I feel very uncomfortable trying to pronounce this, as I respect other people of color. Like, this is fucked up. It's fucked up. It's wrong.
I feel like there's some silent letters in there somewhere.
Yeah, there better be.
Whatever.
Like, nah, you're gonna have to shorten that, dog. Come on. A whole season of this?
Apparently it's Radun Hakaden.
No, it's not. Ain't no D's there.
Isn't that the I thought that was, isn't that the move that fucking Kana Ryu does in Street Fighter? I'm just being a dick.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So there you go. I think it's a cool
what
idea.
Did you say? What was it again?
I will look. I googled how to pronounce this lovely name, and this is what comes up.
Radun Hagaden.
That's definitely
Hagaden.
Radun Hagedun. Hagedun.
That
I'd be
sounds
like,
Japanese.
call me Ra for short. For American audiences.
No, you can call me Connor. Like, what the
Right,
fuck?
like, yeah, that, okay.
Nah, yo.
Nah, yo, you
But
can't.
I think, I mean, look, they've got don't they have a Viking one coming up? Right? Like,
Yeah, they do. And look, I hear what you're saying. I kind of want them not to follow. I want to see where else they can go.
oh, that's totally fine, by the way. I'm just saying fundamentally change the main so that you could go all around the world.
Yeah.
Why don't we have, there's nothing you could do in Africa? Nothing? Surely there is. Surely there is.
Well, they did Egypt.
Of course they did.
But
I'm talking
like-
about Africa.
yeah, I was going to say, I'm talking about like Central Africa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like Timbuktu.
That's-
I know Americans are really shitty when it comes to African history. But like, if you're worried about there only being huts, like that's not really, accurate to history, so like you could do something else. You could do something pretty interesting actually. And also, look, I like the idea of letting Terrence be a consultant on the Native American one, because then you like hang like 50 British soldiers.
50. That's
No.
child's play.
You better put another O at the end of that.
God damn.
They would just ripe for the picking in the snow. What are you talking about? That's why I play the game.
Yeah, didn't they have like a slave thing? Like, didn't they have like a slave, like a DLC slavery or whatever?
The Caribbean one, you played
That was,
a black guy who was first mate to the grandfather of the half Native American guy.
Of course.
And he was his was called Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry. because white people have no kind of understanding when it comes to anything black.
Yeah,
So
12. Yeah,
freedom.
yeah,
Freedom
12 years an assassin. I got it.
He was kind of badass, man. He had a machete, just walking around in a hoodie and a machete, a sleeveless hoodie and a machete.
A sleeveless hoodie.
What the fuck was 2015?
I think you're going to the gym. All right, yo. I'm looking at images. This is now. Look, I got to tell you.
He looks like a badass.
Look, I got to tell you, like a slavery times, like kind of Assassin's Creed. As this dude is like making his way to the north as a fucking badass. Look, I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to watch that. If it's violent, I need it to be violent. I need it to be extremely violent.
They really need to make that game, and no one has the balls to do it. This Freedom Cry is the closest thing you're going to get to it.
Ooh, looking at images of this, I kind of want to see that as a season of the show. I kind of do. There's no way they're going to have the balls to do it. HBO would.
Oh, absolutely.
HBO would be like, fuck it. We just making this the whole show. That's it. The whole thing. All right, so there you go. Assassin's Creed. I'm down for it. And they're working on an anime, but there's not a lot of information about that.
Yeah.
It's a cartoon.
I gotta watch that. I gotta watch that Zeus anime.
Have you heard anything about it? Like as far as like people's thoughts on it?
Not yet, and
Okay.
I kind of don't want to hear anything from other people yet.
Yeah, you like Greek mythology nonsense.
Yeah.
Does this one have tanks and military vehicles in it? That stupid ass book you were reading.
Oh yeah, no, not quite. I would really like that though. Tomb Raider 2 gets delayed indefinitely. I don't care. I mean, I saw the first one. The first one was okay.
Very okay.
You know, they played the game all right, because they did. There was one section. I mean, they just lifted it straight from it. You know.
Oh yeah.
And that's what people say they want. So, yeah, okay. The beginning of it was dumb. She was like a bike messenger, and it was like Premium Rush. Remember that movie?
That movie was
Premium
so
Rush.
bad. Yes, I do. I saw it in theaters.
You did?
I saw it with him.
Yeah, it was a screener.
Oh, you had to.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to say why.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not paying to see that. Get out of here. They had that movie. Literally had What's the thing on video games where it pops up like press A or whatever?
Quick time.
Quick time events. Like, yeah, it really did. So stupid.
Like a flash mob was a plot point in that movie.
Yes. Oh my God. Wasn't that with Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Michael Shannon.
Oh my God. That's right. Two actors who are. Yes, he did. Yeah, he did. Two actors so much better than the movie they were in. So much better. Good Lord.
They're having another Tomb Raider. The first one was fine. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was all right. Okay. You better delay it because you need to. This is, like you keep saying, this is one of those movies that needs to anticipate when all of this is going to be over.
They got to hit it that first week.
And they got to hit it that first week before all the heavy hitters come flooding back.
Yeah. And the heavy hitters are going to always wait a little bit because they're like, I need to make sure this shit is like really, really done. But yeah, if this could get on the positive side of that, like first 2 weekends or so, this movie will do gangbusters. Absolutely. Yeah. That's fine.
Next up, Christian Bale is pretty much confirmed for Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yep.
I know we keep asking this, but do you have any idea who Christian Bale could be playing?
The talk is that he could be the CEO of Roxxon.
They're bringing a Roxxon Corporation in?
Yeah, that's the talk. So,
okay.
I mean, that opens the door up to a lot of things, right? Inside the MCU, which is kind of interesting. I would have a feel, but the thing is with Bale is such a psycho, and I mean that in a good way. Like, I don't see him just playing like a corporate guy and like that being it. He's got, like, he never gets into parts that he can't really super dig into. And like, evil corporate guy doesn't feel like enough. Like, I feel like he's got to go balls to the wall. Like, that's kind of his whole thing. So some people speculate maybe he could be Beta Ray Bill, which would be interesting. I don't know, but I could totally see him feeling the need to be like, you know what, fuck it, I want to do this. But he doesn't. He said, I mean, previously he was like, I don't want to do comic book movies and I don't watch them. So maybe Taika Waititi was like, yo, I really need you to watch the last Thor movie that I did. We had a fucking blast. And he was like, look, this looks fun as hell. And then he was like, all right, cool, I'll do it. So who knows? I think Roxxon would be interesting just from a perspective of bringing Roxxon into the universe. I mean, that brings in like Cloak and Dagger and just like a bunch of stuff. Possibly. But just knowing his past and his acting past, I just don't see him doing something that doesn't allow him to really super dig into. So we'll see.
I mean, like the head of Roxxon turns into a Minotaur. So
that's right. So you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Fuck it. You know what? I'm sticking with that. That's fine. If he gets to turn into a Minotaur, then yes, he'll do it. He's crazy, dude. He's a crazy person. Like, he's going to want to do something fucking insane.
Yeah.
And knowing him, he's going to literally turn into a Minotaur. Like, that's not a costume for him. Like, fuck that. He's going to figure out how to do it. I can't believe he's in this movie.
You want a promotion? Oh, good for you. Like, all right. Calm down.
He's like, I brought my own bullhead. Like, where did you get that? I killed this bull before I got here. Like, all right.
I kind of want Natalie Portman. She doesn't need to be jacked, but I kind of want her to have like capped shoulders.
I think she's a small person.
Like, yeah.
But she was in pretty amazing shape in Black Swan. So she could do it. I mean, she was in pretty incredible. I mean, like, ballerinas are small, but like those chicks are like in really amazing shape. So who knows? I'm looking forward to seeing, like, I'm sure they're going to nail that costume perfectly, though. Like, I'm almost positive of it. But I assume they're going to give Jane Foster cancer, which is interesting. Because that's part of the reason.
That's why she
needs it. Interesting. Yeah. That'll be interesting. And to see where that'll end up going will be fascinating. Next up.
Next up, Justice League reshoots have begun. They're bringing
Terrence, how excited are you?
Joker back. You know what? I am excited. I'm hoping for Unhinged, right? Like I see
Wasn't
something.
that movie like
and
$9?
I get something else. Yeah, I'm talking about like I want my expectations to be subverted. I'm expecting a bad movie. I hope what I get is a trash movie.
That feels mean.
I mean, the first one was a trash movie.
Or was not?
The first one was a bad movie.
It was trash.
The first one, I think, was a bad movie. That
trash.
I'm willing to give. I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt because of the circumstances surrounding its release. Because you could tell you could tell it was a pieced together by two different people. Yeah, like that's not the vision of it. That's not one person's vision, right?
Yeah,
like it's very obvious, right? Like the Batman's making jokes and shit while he's laying on his ass after Superman decks him and shit. But like, nah, yo, like that's not. Now I'm ready to go double barrel on this singular Zack Snyder vision.
There's a part of me that
for this shit
bad. I mean, there's part of me that does want to see. I want him to have as much money as possible and as many actors and reshoots as possible because I want there to be no excuses. I want people to be like, this is the pinnacle. You know, this is the pinnacle of Zack Snyder's fucking view of the Justice League. Cool. So when it fucking sucks, I don't want to hear anything from people ever again. Though the people who are super excited about this already, it's good to them no matter what. Like whatever they see doesn't matter. It's fine. I'm excited to see just how much money WB can waste on this film. I cannot wait to see how fucking ridiculous this is. He gives no fucking
70 million.
For now.
Right.
For now. I mean, arguably the first one cost $300 million. So they've already sunk another $70 million into this. I bet they spend more than that. I bet they spend more than $70 million. Because they're going to get going. And Snyder's going to be like, well, we really want to make this work. We're going to need another 10, 20, 30 million. You watch. I bet that by the end of this shit, it's $100 million. I can't wait.
Good. For a movie that already existed.
Yep. Right. Yeah. Right. Look.
It's not a cut already existed, guys.
Right. I'm going to need people to just own that. Right. They're like, oh, well, he's just doing a couple of pickup. It's not a couple. $70 million. That's not a couple of pickup shots. That's crazy. There was never a cut. There was the mess that he did. They scrapped most of it. And they brought in Joss Whedon to fucking reshoot a couple things and then throw that garbage out there. Because they said it was unwatchable, is what they said. The 4-hour cut that originally existed was unwatchable. So,
damn.
So now they're doing $70 million worth of reshoots. Not pickup shots, full-on reshoots. I mean, Jared Leto isn't even in Justice League. So
yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a completely new thing.
Bringing him back, I'm like, for why?
Right. Joe Manganiello is back.
He was in it.
Yeah, remember he was in the after.
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
I gotta rewatch.
He was in the after credit scene where
I don't want to rewatch
Lex Luthor. He was like, well, maybe we should come up with our own league.
But the thing is, why wouldn't he say why wouldn't you say like Legion? Because it's the Legion of Doom. It's not the Justice League bad. Like it's not called that.
Maybe it can be the League of Extraordinary Villains. Like all right.
Like I just didn't understand when he said that he was like, maybe we can come up with our own league. I was like, Legion. It's Legion of Doom.
Redo this. I hope they redo this Deathstroke costume.
You don't like it?
It looks kind of
Looks like cosplay.
not. Yeah, thank you. It
Yes.
looks like cosplay, and I know the cosplay community. The cosplay community, you get all up in arms, like, oh, our cosplay looks better than the movie.
No, it looks like
doesn't.
cosplay.
No, it doesn't.
It almost never
looks like
does.
Cosplay, yo.
Like,
It
it's
looks like
okay. You
cosplay.
guys don't have $1 million budgets. It's
Like,
fine.
right, and you're taking a picture standing completely still, right? Like,
Yeah, that's different.
Actors
Yeah.
got to move in this shit. You know,
And they
what I'm
got to be
saying?
in it for a while.
Like, oh, this is more comic accurate than the movie.
Yeah, to
You
start
just
doing
stand
jump kicks and shit into that, it should fall apart on you.
right.
Bah!
No.
Like, oh, shit.
No, not even that. Start walking. Start walking.
Stay in it
That's all
for a
you
half
gotta
hour.
do. Yo, come on, yo. Get out of here. Get out of here. I respect that. I respect the artwork that it takes to do that.
Oh, a lot of it is
here.
really.
As a person who cobbled together a bullshit Doctor Doom outfit and wore it to a con, that shit is nah, yo, nah. Mm-mm. You can't do it. You look like a fool walking around.
Walking around. Yeah, it does. It just doesn't work.
I was sweating my ass off in that thing. I was
Good.
like, yo, is it so hot? And
Yeah, you got silver paint on my fucking car, you asshole. Because you painted your gloves the morning of, and they weren't dry. And then you got silver paint
the night of.
What did you
The
leave?
night before.
Yeah, you didn't give them enough time. And then you got paint on the forehead of he's a fucking famous artist. Who's it? I'm gonna mispronounce his last name. Oliver Coipel or whatever, the Marvel artist that you met.
Was it him?
Yeah, it was him.
Was it him?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Was it?
Yeah, and you shook his hand, and then he touched his forehead, and we were like, "Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing." This nigga had silver paint all over his shit. We were like, "Yeah, my bad." He was like, "Oh shit!" Like, he was cool about it. You idiot.
He was cool about it, especially because he shitted on my outfit. But like, he wasn't lying though. So
He was like,
but I felt good. I left him with the mark of doom.
silver paint from the night before on gardening gloves. Kind of fucking bullshit. Kind of rinky dink.
I can't do that shit, yo.
It's too hot.
Expensive.
It's also too hot, man.
And
Fuck
it's too
that.
hot.
No.
Yeah.
But
No, I'm not a huge fan of this Deathstroke costume. Like, you can do better.
You think so?
And Death.
Do you think that?
I think-
do you
I
think
think-
that
I
the
think-
TV shows have done it better?
I haven't seen just in general.
I mean, any of them. Like, I think he's been on Titans. He's definitely been on Arrow. Yeah, he's been on Titans. I think the one on Titans is not bad. Like, that looks pretty decent. No, as I look at it, it's pretty terrible. Yeah, no, I don't care for that one at all, actually. The mask, I don't mind. But the actual suit, I don't like. It looks super like cosplay. Although the scale,
Yeah, I think-
pretty cool.
I think they can do a better job. Like, I'm looking at the Joe Manganiello one. You know, he's got the shoulder pads, right? And he's got the forearm thing, but like his arms are still like exposed. Like, he doesn't look like he's in like a suit. He looks like he's in a leotard with a bunch of, there are way too many belt buckles on this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, there
I
are.
count
What?
8 belt buckles on this thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's not good, yo.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. Yeah, yeah, I like the mask. The mask looks great. Like, as I'm looking at images, the mask looks super dope. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it looks pretty comic accurate. But yeah, it does look. I mean,
like it's over. I feel like it's over designed. Like, it should be like. Remember how Captain America had the more his later outfits?
mhm.
It should be a little more like that because he's got to move, right? He's got to move, but he has like guns and shit, but he's also a ninja, yo. Like, he can't.
Right. You can't move
can't
around
have a
in that
bunch of-
shit.
Right.
Yeah, I'm looking at Captain America from Endgame. Yeah, like, but it did, like, in fairness to DC, to be fair to DC, like, Marvel had to go through several iterations to really kind of nail that costume and to make it so, like, it's breathable. Because otherwise it just looks overly bulky or overly skinny, like he did in the fucking first Avengers, which is fucking awful.
Yo, he looked like a member of the Blue Man Group in the first.
Yo, he looked so bad.
Yeah, he didn't have the exposed ears, so he just looked like he was
like a bobblehead,
looked like a walking condom. Yo.
Yeah, I was, I was not a fan of that design.
Yeah, like a star-spangled prophylactic,
basically. Yeah. So yeah, I think you're right. I think it is a little over designed. So
next up, a Tiny Toons reboot is headed to HBO Max. Look, I'm all for the Animaniacs reboot. I don't know about the Tiny Toons reboot.
Yeah, I fuck with it.
The Tiny Toons were fine, but they weren't the Animaniacs.
Better game, Animaniacs or Tiny Toons?
I can't
play either one of them.
Yeah,
Tiny Toon Adventures was pretty fucking good.
I played the I remember the Disney games more than the Warner Brothers games.
Fair enough. The only Disney game I really liked was Aladdin. That one was good. It's really good.
Yeah. So
I'm fine with this. I'm never
Tiny
going to
Toons.
watch this because I'm old. But look, I like Tiny Toons. I thought it was pretty funny back in the day.
I mean, but part of Tiny Toons was well, I can't remember that far.
I don't remember Tiny Toons Adventures, to be honest with you. I know of the show.
I can't imagine
really
you watching it. I can't imagine you watching this at all.
No.
Oh, Animaniacs.
Yeah, I can see you watching that. Because Animaniacs is like very well written. And Tiny Toons is not as well written.
Yeah, I mean, it was like real basic. Super, super basic. So okay, that's fine.
That's it.
All right. Movie and TV news this week. The Strange Talent of Luther Strode is being made into a film. So, The Strange Talent of Luther Strode was a very popular, I don't know if it's still going on or not, very popular comic from Image. The log line here is high schooler Luther Strode was always a little bit less than average, soft-spoken, skinny, and more than anything terrified that his estranged father would one day return to torment him and his mother once more. But that ended the day that Luther discovered the Method, a improbably old text hidden between comic books and ragged paperbacks at his favorite used bookstore. But the Method is far more than it seems, and as its ancient techniques rework Luther's body and unlock the strange talents buried deep within, he will find himself transformed into a near-perfect physical specimen imbued with incredible strength, startling new abilities, and a killer's instinct for violence that he can't quite seem to shake. When the Method's masters arrive to observe Luther's progress and draw him into action, he'll be forced to make the ultimate choice, embrace the monster that he was intended to be, or use his newfound powers to protect the people, the classmates, the teachers, the neighbors who never protected him when he needed them most. It's from my understanding, from a little bit I've seen of this this book, it's super, super violent. Like Fist of the North Star type violence. So, cool. Great. I think there's a bunch of stuff that Image does, besides their like big, like Walking Dead, books that are ripe for being adapted. So I never read, Luther Strode, but, I know some people who really, really dug it. So I'll have to check it out, but that's cool. Good. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I like something new.
More violence.
Yeah, I love violence. Come on. It's half of the reason why we're here. Oscar Isaac to play Moon Knight in Disney's Disney Plus series. This was unexpected. So that's great. I like the fact that Oscar Isaac is going to get a chance to get a do-over for Marvel. That's nice because that guy is way too good to have played Apocalypse in that terrible ass movie under Fox.
Oh, Moon Knight was black.
No. Moon Knight is Jewish.
Oh, who's black? What was that show?
Night Stalker.
Blade?
Wasn't there a show that had like 2 characters?
2 characters?
A show with 2 characters?
It was a
What the fuck are you talking about? Are you high?
That was on. It was on. Like, the fuck is that channel? That Disney
Cloak
channel.
and Dagger are 2.
Oh, that's it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that is not
okay.
the same character at all.
No, they're an interracial couple.
Oh,
This is
look at this. Look at this hater. Like immediately he's upset to hear that news. Really gross. Yeah, Moon Knight, aka Mark Spector, is a mercenary who has numerous alter egos. Cabbie Jake Lockley and millionaire playboy Stephen Grant, in order to better fight the criminal underworld.
Batman.
Yeah, basically.
He kind of
is. But the difference is he has multiple personality disorder. So he's Batman.
So Batman.
Right. Like he's just dealing, like all his craziness is just up front. But apparently I never read I read a little bit of Moon Knight during this like Mr. Knight series. I was not a fan. But that I just didn't like that comic. I don't know if maybe it got better or older Moon Knight stuff is great. I have no idea.
You got to do what everyone who claims to know everything about everything regarding genre. You do a quick Wikipedia search and then you pretend that you are a super fan.
Yeah, no, I've or I'm sure if they ask Oscar Isaac, I've loved Moon Knight my entire life. I grew up in
Moon Knight is my favorite character.
Right.
Wow,
right.
how can
all these people just know everything about everyone? And no, you don't. No, you don't.
No, not at all. The only people like that I give that that respect to is like people who do like comics explained. Like those guys go into super depth. They're like in book 4 and because they read the shit. Like because they know. So I can respect that. Yeah, Moon Knight's my favorite. All right, relax.
They ain't got a director yet. They ain't got shit. They just got like he's going to be Moon Knight.
Yeah, I mean it's the same thing, but it's the same thing with She-Hulk and stuff as well. But look, Oscar Isaac's a fucking damn good actor, man. Like he's a damn good actor. I can't believe they're making this series, but I mean Moon Knight is like a pretty violent guy, from my understanding.
Yeah, and Disney Plus doesn't have R-rated content on it, right?
It doesn't, but you could get you can get away with a lot on PG-13. So we'll see. And I'm actually interested to see how long that lasts, right? Because there was talk that they may do a section of like more adult, not like hard horror or anything, but more adult content.
Like you've absorbed Fox, right? So
right,
like you got money sitting on the table with like the Predator franchise. And
right. You're not going to just let that shit die.
Right. Like, hell, if they do a Predator series, right, then that's a whole new line of like toys and shit, right? Because that's what they used to do in the late 80s and early 90s. They took these hardcore R-rated movies like RoboCop, and they just made toys of it. Right. Yeah. They took the Alien franchise and then just made toys to give to sell to children who could not legally watch these movies.
Yeah. Remember they had a RoboCop video game. For kids. What's that?
Aliens was rated R, right?
Oh, hell yes.
86. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, back then it was PG-13. It's for little kids.
Right.
Fucking who cares? Fuck kids is basically their attitude. I mean, like don't. So but yeah, Oscar Isaac as Moon Knight. Look, I don't know a lot about the character. I'm not going to pretend that I do. But I do like the idea of him joining the MCU. And they've said that all of these Disney Plus series, those are all going to be sort of the groundwork to get them into the larger movies. So, okay, that's fine by me. I mean, I don't think Moon Knight is going to be hanging out as an Avenger, but he certainly could make his way into the movies alongside some other characters. Most notably, Blade and things like that. By the way, we don't have this on the docket, but there was kind of information that came out this week that Blade is actually might be a series, not not a movie.
I mean, I think everyone assumed it was going to be a movie, but I don't think they said.
They did not say.
Right. And TV is the way to go, man. Like it's a steady paycheck for everyone working on it. And you can tell like really good long form stories. So yeah, why not?
Yeah.
If it gets anything to get these street level heroes more shine, right? Like with Moon Knight, I don't know anything about Moon Knight. I can't imagine that Moon Knight hasn't crossed paths with Kingpin.
I don't know, but I know there is definitely a Moon Knight Blade connection, and Ghost Rider, I believe, as well.
Yeah, so I just want I think the street level stuff is really good for television. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
format.
Midnight Suns. What am I talking about? Yes.
I really enjoyed that format. And then isn't Doctor Strange a member of the Midnight Suns?
Yes.
That could be like your link, right? Mm-hmm. The multiverse of madness can expose these people to the theater going audience or whatever, right? Like that can be your way in and out.
Well, I mean, just a wild theory, but I think the multiverse of madness, I think, is going to end up introducing characters or introducing things into that universe that don't exist right now, right? Like it's an easy way, like, oh, in the multiverse, vampires exist, and all you have to do is mention vampires, right? And then it just, once they're in the universe, like somehow they fall into our universe from another fucking universe or whatever. Once that happens, then anything is possible. Then you got Blade, and I think it's an easy way to bring Ghost Rider in too. Like you can start to bring supernatural shit in there, and once that exists, then those characters can exist. So who knows?
Yeah, I think I'm overhyping myself with this Multiverse of Madness movie because there's so much that can be done.
I don't think you are, to be honest. I don't think you are. I think it is a way to open the universe up from being largely grounded, and that sounds weird because like we just fought Thanos and space monsters, but it's a way to bring in the supernatural shit, and you need that, right? And also multiverse as far as like possibly Spider-Man as well. So he's a huge link, and he's supposed to be the fucking Iron Man of like going forward. So it makes sense.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe you get your Midnight Suns with Moon Knight and Blade, and if they're both getting a series, you very well could be hearing something about Ghost Rider getting a series at some point, and then that'd be the way to
Ghost
bring
Rider. Or you want that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ghost Rider?
I liked Robbie Reyes, and I liked that guy's portrayal, so I would be fine with it being him. But if you decided to go back to Johnny Blaze, that's fine. I mean, whatever. Just don't pick Nicolas Cage.
How dare you?
And I also want I want a more modern bike. I want the bike with the big fucking face shield, like the fucking more 80s style bike. I don't want just like a...
Oh, you ain't getting that. No, you ain't getting that at all.
I don't want that. Although I did like... Look, I got to tell you, as bad as that movie is, you could lift it out of whole cloth the design work from Spirit of Vengeance. Like, it looked good. It looked super good. The movie was garbage, but everything else, like the special effects of that, were fucking great. They were super good. Except for Nicolas Cage.
That played Ghost Rider he was in Dark Fate, right?
Yeah.
I actually watched that over the weekend.
Oh, you hadn't seen Dark Fate?
No, I hadn't seen it.
What did you think of that?
I thought it was pretty decent.
Yeah, I didn't think it was bad.
I didn't hate it.
No.
I enjoyed it. What it was.
Like, it had some parts I was like, okay, this is a little silly. But yeah, like some of the CGI wasn't great in parts.
It was better than I thought it would be.
The CGI or the movie in general?
It was the CGI.
Yeah.
Because the commercials made it look really bad.
It was way too it was way too early.
But then it was actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah. I thought it was the best one since Terminator 2.
Since 2, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was.
The rest of those movies are fucking garbage. All right, next up, Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad's plot has been more or less revealed. Apparently, let's see, what does it say? Where did it have
this headline is a very weird flex. It is. The film has more special effects shots than any other Marvel movies combined.
The fuck, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, who cares?
I mean, okay.
There's 20 something Marvel movies.
Also, who cares that it's like? Who cares that it has more special effects? Is it good? Right. I don't care if it's got 9 more. Oh, okay. Does that make it good? Like,
yeah. Is it written better than every other Marvel movie combined? Because that's what you need.
Yeah. Nobody cares whether the special effects at this.
Right. Nobody does practical special effects anymore. So, like, special effects are, I expect them to be good. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I think probably there's more special effects because there is a ton of mainline characters and they all have special powers and shit. Right? So if you got the guy with his arms falling off every 5 seconds, yeah, you got to fucking CGI that shit. Or, some guy who has like javelin powers or like they all have like wackadoo powers. So yeah, that's to be expected. That's to me not much of a brag. Like who cares? I don't give a shit about any of that. But the plot is interesting. The plot is they have to destroy a Nazi era prison and laboratory named Jotunheim, where political prisoners were held and experiments. Jotunheim. Okay. Where political prisoners were held and experimentations took place. This article says it sounds like DC's version of Overlord. Okay, that's fine. Look, if they're going and like they're apparently going to this fake Latin American island named Corto Maltese, which apparently is used a lot in the Arrowverse. I think that's where fucking Green Arrow was fighting Deathstroke, I guess, or not. I don't know. I never watched that show. So yeah, that's fine. Look, I want this movie to be a blast, and apparently James Gunn was given carte blanche to kill any characters he wanted. I don't believe that, but I'm glad.
Right, you ain't killing Harley Quinn.
You're not.
Like,
you're not. You're not. No, you're not doing that. But I'm sure they were like everybody else. Yeah, that's fine. Like, there's a couple people that I think shouldn't die. Harley being one of them. Captain Boomerang being another. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's my entire list. That's my entire list. Yeah, like, people are like, oh, Harley's protected by plot armor. She's a franchise. Like, they're not going to shoot Batman in the head in the first movie either. Like, that's dumb. Like, it doesn't make sense. And if he killed her, it would be a very poor choice. That'd be a very poor choice. Unless she was like, I just want out of the franchise, but I don't think so. So, yeah, but everybody else, like, look, Idris Elba gonna get fucking murdered. Like, they need a big name to get killed. And that's why he's there. That's why he's there.
Reading this article, apparently they're doing a lot of practical effects, like explosions and shit, probably.
Yeah. Cool.
They built over 100 sets.
Yeah, that's crazy. I saw that.
It's insane.
That seems like too many.
Isn't it being, I've read somewhere that it's being filmed on like Tyler Perry's lot.
No, well, I don't know if that was this, but I know Hawkeye is being filmed on Tyler Perry's lot. I hadn't heard about this being.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But
get them tax cuts.
I'm mad at him. Look.
No, that's why he's a fucking billionaire.
Effects, good. I wanna see practical effects.
Yeah. But I think most of it is about set builds, is what they were talking about. Because Gunn's like, yeah, we did a lot of a blue screen for the Guardians of the Galaxy. We're just standing around on a bunch of blue screens the whole time. I'm like it's in space. Like, yeah, a lot of it's in space. Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't.
Shit's mad expensive, dude. Like they're not trying to build spaceships.
I'm excited for this.
Oh yeah, I think this is
excited for this movie.
I think this is going to be fun. I'm hoping that people don't just shit on it because it's DC and realize like it's James Gunn and like give that guy the benefit of the doubt because I think he deserves it.
Yeah,
he's done some really great stuff. So yeah, I'm all in. I think it's going to be funny as hell too. I think it's going to be light years better than the first one. Jon Stewart is returning to television. Micah, you should be happy about this. You are an Apple TV subscriber.
Oh,
yeah,
Apple
they
TV.
They gave me some more free time. They were like, yeah, we know we said your subscription is up in November, but let's make it until February because we want you to watch our stuff because you ain't watching it. So
no one is.
Watch it and tell your friends.
Please like me. Suburban women, please like me. Yeah, so he's headed back to TV. I miss Jon Stewart's voice. I really do. As part of an expansive multi-year deal with Apple, the Emmy-drenched former writer, producer, and host of The Daily Show is set to front an all-new current affairs series for the streaming service for Apple Plus. The show will run for multiple seasons, put Stewart back in the anchor's chair as he explores a host of topics at the center of both the national conversation and his own advocacy work. The still untitled show, which will feature hour-long single-subject episodes, will be executive produced by Stewart through his company, Busboy Productions.
Hour long.
Okay, I thought you said that this was going to be he was going to be in a current affair, like he was going to be
no.
a reboot of a current affair. I'm like, yo, what
the fuck is Apple TV doing? That would be a wild change for him. Like, this is like the anti 60 Minutes. Like, that would be a terrible choice. No, thankfully not. That's cool. It says that it's not going to be a weekly or nightly thing. So my guess is it's going to be closer to like David Letterman's kind of thing where he just The Interview or whatever it's called.
Oh, my next guest needs no introduction.
Yeah, which I enjoy.
Actually, I watched 2 episodes of that. Also, I forgot I did do check out the Dave Chappelle episode and the Lizzo episode.
How are those?
Very good.
Yeah, like I mean, I think Letterman is without having the band, bah, 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 like all that other bullshit. He's a very good interviewer, actually, and he kind of gets to the heart of the matter with a lot of these guys. I thought his Jay-Z interview was terrible, though. Jay-Z is not an interesting person to interview. He's just not. He should be. He's just not because he's like a really super shy guy.
Shy guy, right?
Oh, he's really shy.
I feel like talking to y'all niggas.
Yeah, he's just like. Kind of just want to go home.
Right. I want to go home to my wife.
Yeah. Have you seen my wife? I got to get out of here, guys. I got to go. Niggas are knocking at the door. I got to go. Yeah, he's just not and it's not Letterman's fault. And it's not really Jay-Z's fault. He's just a super shy person. So he just doesn't like doing interviews.
The Chappelle one was really good. And the Lizzo one was great too.
All right. I'll have to check this out. I've watched all of them up until the latest 2.
Yeah, I think I'm going to skip the Kim Kardashian one. I have to watch.
What does she have to talk about?
I don't know. She's rich.
She's
married to Kanye West. And then Robert Downey Jr. is the other person he interviews.
That one I definitely want to see.
That one.
Yeah, I definitely.
How long are these? I've never watched them.
They're like an hour.
They're an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Who was his first one? I don't remember who his first one was, but what's that?
Was he the first?
I thought he was the first. I thought that was the big deal.
I don't think Obama was the first, but he might have been like the second, which was like fucking huge. But you might be right. I'm not sure. But that interview with Obama was really great. Like that shit was super good. So yeah, look, it's cool to have him back. I'm glad it's not a nightly or weekly thing because then I feel like that's kind of a fuck you to Trevor Noah.
Right, and it's a single topic episode.
Right.
So I feel like it's going to be like a Vice type show.
Yeah.
Now Vice does just did like special reports on single thing, but they're like 30 minutes long.
Yeah. Look, having Stewart go in depth for an hour on something, I'm here for that. I'm definitely here for that. So, Mike, I'm gonna need that login because not trying to.
That's fine.
When does it
the first season is good. The second season of this show is questionable. Barack Obama, George Clooney.
Yeah, actually, the George Clooney one was really good. It was.
Malala Yousafzai.
That was also very good.
That's good.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Tina Fey.
Yeah, that one's good.
Howard Stern.
I actually don't think I watched that one.
It was good because
fuck Howard Stern, I hate podcasts. Shut up.
And Jerry Seinfeld.
That one is good. That one is really good.
Season 2, Kanye West.
I didn't watch that one because
I'm not listening to an insane person talk for an hour. I'm not.
Ellen DeGeneres.
I watched that one.
Wasn't interested.
This guy hates
Tiffany Haddish.
I watched that one.
That was good. I enjoyed that one.
That's a really good one, actually.
Yeah, I enjoyed
it. Her origin story is bananas.
Her origin story.
Like she lived in a fucking car.
Yeah, she was super poor.
And she did like bar mitzvahs and shit.
Lewis Hamilton.
That's
the F1 driver.
Yeah.
He's about to be the greatest F1 driver of all time. Put some respect on that guy.
Melinda Gates.
Yep.
Didn't watch that
and Zach Galifianakis.
I don't think I watched
I definitely did not watch that one. I thought I watched all of these. That's interesting. Okay. Let's go back.
I don't even remember that one.
Yeah, I don't remember him being on the list. That's fine.
Okay.
It says bonus. I don't know.
Yeah, they were just like, let's put this one to the side.
It's like a Between Two Ferns bonus.
Right. Yeah, it's an hour-long version of that. He's a funny dude, but he's a fucking
Between Two Ferns set. So
there you go.
All right.
I wanted to watch that movie. I never got around to it.
The movie, the Between Two Ferns movie.
Yeah. I like Zach Galifianakis. He's a fucking weirdo though. So yeah, it doesn't have a start date for Stewart's return, but yeah, I'll definitely watch that on Micah's account, 100%. Give me that login, you. Borat 2. Amazon paid $80 million for the film after Universal was like, we're not releasing this in theaters. Like, we're absolutely not. But because of the pandemic, by the way. But
they filmed the entire thing during the pandemic.
Yeah. And they were and he was like, yeah, let's get it out. He was like, but see, nobody's going to see it. And we're not trying to lose money. And they allowed him to shop it around to streamers, which is the most interesting part of the story. They were like, look, see if you can get some money for it because we'll sell it. We don't give a fuck. And, a couple of streaming companies were approached and Amazon was like, yeah, we'll give you $80 million.
Which is pretty wild because I'm 100% sure they did not spend $80 million to film this.
No fucking way. No fucking way. No fucking way. And what's interesting is Sacha Baron Cohen pushed to make sure that it wasn't going to go to paid video on demand because he wanted the largest audience possible because he wanted to get it out before the election.
Yeah, I actually watched something about this today. Some like behind the scenes shit. Like that debutante ball. They staged that. Like it wasn't a real ball. They created that ball, but the people that were there were real people.
Oh, really?
Those reactions that they had, all of the reactions in this movie are real people. None of it is like staged people.
Right.
Even the two people he lived with for a week.
Oh, no, that's definitely real.
Those were real people.
Yo, those
he
guys
legitimately lived with those people for 5 days.
Those guys were insane.
Yeah. And he said when he was in his room at night, like he was editing and shit, but he had the door locked and he had like little places he hid his laptop and all other shit. So when he wasn't Borat when he was editing and shit, and said one night and somebody knocked on his door while he was editing and he had all this shit out on the floor, on the bed and shit. And he had like throw everything into like hiding spaces. So when he answered the door, none of that shit would be visible for them.
Wow.
I just wanted to make sure you were all right. And it was like, I'm fine. Whatever. Fucking in his Borat voice. Like he really did that shit.
Wow.
That's insane.
Somebody gonna shoot his ass.
Yeah. And the Giuliani scene, they made
like a wardrobe for him to hide.
Yeah, like a fake wardrobe that he was staying in because Giuliani's security like scoured the hotel room before they went in to make sure.
And they didn't find
him.
Him.
And they didn't find him in there. So he was hiding in there, and he had his phone. He said his phone was on 3% when it started, and he was able to keep it on until Giuliani decided to jerk off in the room. Yeah, that's a wild fucking. He's crazy.
He's a bold dude, man. He's a bold.
Yeah.
Yo,
he almost got shot.
Yeah,
at that rally.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He started singing that song, and there were Black Lives Matters protesters that recognized him while he was on stage. Oh. Yeah, and they were like, "Oh shit, that's Borat." And then the people at the rally were like, "Oh shit, that's Borat." And so they were about to fuck him up. Like he ran to his trailer, and they were trying to pull him out. Yeah, it was nuts. Man. He was on Stephen Colbert talking about it.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, I'll have to go back and watch it.
Nigga, he did.
He's a bold dude, man. He's a bold dude. I love it. But yeah, so they paid $80 million so that they could get it out. But it was highly successful. I mean, you know, people like there was some silly comparison, like more people watched Borat 2 than watched Mulan when it went to Disney Plus. I'm like, but Mulan was $30.
Yeah, I'm not paying $30 for Mulan. It's free. I have Amazon Prime.
Right. Like this didn't cost me anything to watch.
Amazon.
Like I've seen it twice at this point. Like it didn't cost me anything. Yeah, that's not a comparison. That's a very, very poor comparison. All right, there is a question of the week. Mike, I forgot to link it. I apologize. So it's about whether or not people thought the trailer for the movie Songbird, which is produced by Michael Bay, if this is appropriate.
What are your thoughts about dealing with topics like this while they are still happening? Songbird, we'll talk about later, is a movie about COVID-23, a disease that is sweeping the country. All comments, please. Thank you very much. Carrie says it's real bad taste for Hollywood to be out here trying to generate a profit for a film where the real life basis for the premise of that film has killed 250,000 people. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think it's in bad taste timing wise, but Hollywood has always tried to make a profit off of tragedy.
Yeah, the timing is the thing that bothers me.
Right. Gustavo says this movie feels like a conservative / right wing wet dream or dream, a scenario of what could happen if we listen to our government. Also, shout out to my abuelita for messing up that girl's whole setup.
Yep, sure did.
Yeah, grandma just kind of went achoo right in the face. It was like, oh, damn.
Thanks, Grandma.
Byron says, definitely in bad taste as we are smack in the middle of the pandemic. On the other hand, it also definitely looks like something I would enjoy. Anything with Peter Stormare gets a watch from me. Chanel says, of course, Michael Bay has his mediocre palms all over this. This looks bad. Cam says, a couple of thoughts. First, this looks fucking terrible. And it is in super bad taste to film this during an actual pandemic. Secondly, why are there so many good actors in this, yet they're all seemingly taking a backseat to fucking Charlie from Riverdale? Is that who that is?
Yep. Archie from Riverdale.
Oh, Archie. Charlie. Jesus Christ. Malcolm says, money grab, definitely in bad taste. I guess that stimulus check money is dwindling down for some folks. Hi says, is this what's going on in America during V for Vendetta? And Scott says, I'm down. Looks good. So yeah. I don't have a problem. Look, when this is all over, get ready.
Oh,
because you're gonna see a bunch of it. It's just that Michael Bay his production company just kind of jumped the gun. But yeah, you're gonna see a lot of this because people we create art from life. You know what I mean?
Right. Like that's my thing is I don't have a problem with the movie.
Right.
It's just the timing.
Yeah, the timing is fucked up. We're on our first wave.
Like people are literally still dying every day. There are people in the hospital in critical condition right now. Just wait till it's over and release your bullshit movie. Look, this looks like the type of trash I'd watch 100%. Like, I'm not going to pretend I'm too good for this. No, I am 100% in the wheelhouse of who they're firing at, right? Like, this is a fish in a barrel for me. But maybe not right now. That's my only thing. I have seen movies on crazy controversial topics, right? I've seen movies about rape, right? The movie Elle. I've seen movies.
Irreversible? Jesus Christ. What the fuck is wrong with French people?
There you go.
Out of control.
I've seen movies about, sexual exploitation. Most notably, a movie about a snuff film called 8mm.
That movie exists.
That movie is ridiculous. It's so insane.
Nicolas Cage and James Gandolfini.
I don't remember who else is in it, but I know Nicolas Cage is in it. James Gandolfini was too good for that movie. He 100% was. Look, Mike ain't say shit. That's his favorite movie.
Hey. That's the only Nicolas Cage movie that I'm like,
all right,
yo.
You gotta relax. You gotta relax. But I've seen movies about all sorts.
Release the trailer now because there's no release date for the movie.
No,
it's just like it's just coming.
And is this going to be in theaters?
No, hell no, it's not going to be in theaters.
Right,
unless they wait late next year.
Yeah, like I feel like this movie
in the States.
Yeah, I've not seen it, but I also think it's really reckless, right? Because like the idea of putting out a movie like this when you have people like literally like armed militias talking about killing governors in the U.S. Because they've been locked down. Because this movie's posits a situation that people have been locked down for 4 years and the government is oppressing them. The government's not oppressing you by saying wear a mask. That's not oppression, and that you can't go to your favorite restaurant and eat in. You can get the food and go home. Like
right. You can go to Buffalo Wild Wings when this is all over. They ain't nowhere.
Right. Like, calm down. Get your fucking boneless wings, you fucking child.
Yo, if you eat boneless wings, you're a baby.
Yeah. No, those are McNuggets. That's what you're eating flavored McNuggets, you fucking child. Get out of here. Malcolm. I know what you prefer. Get out of here. So yeah, it's I think it's really reckless. I think this kind of shit like conspiracy theorists glom onto. And they're like, this is what's going to happen, bro. That's not what's going to happen, you dum-dum. But I think it's super dangerous to do shit like this. So, no, I just think it's in poor taste at the time. Again, when it's all over, make whatever garbage-ass movies you want. I'm never offended by that kind of stuff at all. Not once. All right, not
Here's
a lot
I'm offended by. And one of the surest signs of an impending apocalypse we have seen yet. A man fell about 15 feet into a pit of rats when a sidewalk sinkhole. It's 100% in New York.
I already know.
A pit full of rats? I'd blow my brains out after
I
that.
would fucking die.
I would
die. I don't like rodents. You don't like spiders? I don't like rodents. And I would literally shit myself to death. A New York City man fell 15 feet into a pit of rats when a sidewalk sinkhole opened under his feet.
Oh my god! Oh my
fucking nuts!
And swallowed the victim whole. 33-year-old Leonard Shoulders was up to his shoulders in rats as he waited for a bus on Saturday afternoon. Shoulders arrived, albeit with a few broken bones, but his family says that he is deeply traumatized.
Yo.
No shit.
Yeah, no kidding. God damn. Oh, no, yo.
Well, the Hellmouth repeatedly wrenched open on 3rd Avenue near 183rd Street in the Bronx. Somebody mentioned that they don't like all the Bronx hate. Well, guess what? We're going to keep throwing it because it's the second lowest borough on the rung of New York boroughs.
Yeah, you got sinkholes with rats in them, yo. Yo, that's insane.
The Bronx is literally eating people and feeding them to rats.
I mean, it's not incorrect. It's not incorrect. See, that's why white people don't live there. They don't trust it.
During his 15-foot descent into a pit of rats in the Bronx, debris was falling and hitting him in the head. White continued. He found that he was not alone. He was like, "Ma, the rats down there were ridiculous." Apparently, he was doing his best Micah impression. he was like, they were like so big. He was scared to yell out because he thought that they were gonna go into his mouth.
No, yo, that's good. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, it's a wrap. Did they take his Thames?
It's a rat.
Thank you. Very nice. Did they take his Thames, or did they already have Thames on? God,
they probably already had him. Already had them Timbs with their fucking Yankees hat on and shit. He kept his jaw clamped closed and instead waved at the onlookers gathering at the cavity's rim. A wise decision given the recent reports of heightened rat aggression.
No.
It took firefighters a half an hour.
I'd have been dead. I'd have died.
Yeah, I'm not
5 minutes
down
in,
there for an episode of Seinfeld with commercials. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
No, I would have
going to his brother.
You can't have somebody lean over and he dropped 15 feet.
15 feet.
Nah, grab somebody's legs. Y'all, you fucking fireman.
Who you volunteering?
Nah, I can't let a nigga die from rats. Yo. I can't. I gotta save this
apparently you haven't been to New York in a while. They literally step over dead people. They don't give a fuck.
Nah, I can't let a nigga die from rats.
You volunteering to be the nigga that has his legs held while you go?
No, I'm gonna hold the nigga's legs who's doing it. I'm gonna help out. That's too close to rats. That's too close. What if one jump up and bite me? Nah, yo.
That's nuts.
Yo, 15
I don't know what
feet?
the fuck I would do if I fell into a sinkhole full of rats.
No.
In New York.
In New York,
you would hear the highest pitched scream from me you have ever heard in your entire life.
No. I would lose my mind, yo.
Well, my story doesn't work. It just goes to the front page of the Mirror. So,
God damn it.
I don't have one.
All right.
But it is,
pick one from the front page.
I'm sure it's some bullshit.
They're all terrible. They're not what the fuck. They're just terrible.
Yeah. These are bad.
Yeah. I'm not picking this shit.
All right, I got one then. Smuggler caught with kilos of gold in anus.
With what?
Kilos of gold in his anus.
Kilos of gold.
Of gold.
In his booty.
A smuggler arrested who had put almost a kilogram of gold in his anus. He was noticed for his striking gait.
The Bronx.
The Bronx.
Oh no.
The man flew from one place to another and hoped in this way to avoid paying taxes.
50 cents.
Oh.
What?
He is really concerned about taxes. On that same flight was another man who tried to smuggle 1.47 kilos of gold. Where he hid the metal has not been disclosed. This guy put metal up his ass. I don't know if he melted it down.
This hunk of metal up his ass.
Your grandfather.
His watch.
No, I'm giving it to you. Like, ew, yo.
Like, I don't want it.
I don't want that.
I don't want that.
And he said, "There's no way some fucking chap." Wait. Now, that scene is hilarious. Okay. You can see the photos of these gold bars that have been pulled out of his ass. Where do you think this is?
You want to pay taxes?
Kilos. Whenever I hear the word kilo, I think South America for some reason.
Yeah, I think cocaine.
Yeah, I mean, arguably. You go in
Mexico.
Mexico? Not in South America, but go ahead. Ironically.
Chile.
Chile. Lovely country, but no, it is in India.
Oh.
Man flew from Dubai to Kurlana in hopes to avoid paying taxes.
Are these the gold bars?
Yeah.
Are these the gold bars?
These look like dongs, man.
It looks like turds.
I mean, gold is pretty soft, right?
It's malleable when it's
Heated
up. Yeah.
When it's hot.
Yeah.
I mean,
this feels
Right.
like
is it malleable
that
at
how he had it?
98.6 degrees?
I don't know. The value of the gold he had with him is around 50,000 euros.
Is that how it was shaped?
That was how it was shaped when he got it out.
When he pooped it out?
I mean, I guess.
That seems like it would
Hurt?
hurt.
Yes. Yes, I think that is the answer. That's, by the way, that's $58,000 US.
He had $58,000 up his ass.
Is it worth it to not get taxed?
How'd he get it out?
I don't know. Heat up,
I mean, there's
just
There's
hold
a-
a
Look how
tea,
long it is.
just put a tiki torch next to your ass and then just wait.
Well, no,
Cup of coffee?
Like, if he had it like in his lower rectum, I guess it would just kind of sit there, right?
How the fuck do you sit on a plane for 9 seconds and then shit your pants?
Like, I don't know how. I can't tell how big they are by this picture. can't
I
tell
don't
how
know.
long they are by this picture. So,
I find that to
I
be
don't
unacceptable.
understand how that worked out for him.
I don't.
I have to imagine that pan that they're sitting on is like a 9 by 13-inch pan.
It doesn't feel. I mean, $58,000 is a lot of money, but I feel like I'm just going to pay the taxes. I'm just going to pay the taxes. Why doesn't he just do? Yo, you were in Dubai. Hey, dummy. Here's what you do. You want to launder money? I learned this on Vice. Here's how you launder money. You got a bunch of money in Dubai. Go and buy jewelry that you can wear. Use the money, buy the jewelry, and then when you get back home, you fucking sell it. Stupid.
Yeah. Buy the jewelry, shove it up your ass. It's way more comfortable. And then poop it out and sell it.
Right. It's just a watch. Just put the watch up your ass, idiot.
Yeah.
Like, you could have just bought a really expensive watch and then just put it on. Like, you don't have to ram anything up your ass. But, like, that apparently is a thing that happens in, what do the guys say? Like, Morocco or whatever. Like, where they have these, like, big-time casinos and shit like that. Like, there's always a really expensive jewelry store right outside of the casino because that's how people launder money. They're like, oh, word? I want $50,000? Cool. I'll buy a $50,000 watch and then just get right on a plane and pay not a fucking dime in taxes and then go sell it the second I get back in the U.S. Yeah.
For the amount that they bought it for.
Yeah, if not more. Because it has, like, diamonds and shit in it. It's worth it.
Mm.
They lose. If you lose anything, you lose very little in value. Well, yeah, that's how they launder money. What's that?
It's used.
Yeah.
Well, if they don't wear it.
No, you just put it on for.
Put it on, right?
No, you put it on just for the flight, and you get right off, and you go sell it. And look, if you're smart, you set up the deal before you leave there. Hey, I'm bringing a fucking whatever fancy brand watch, Invicta or whatever. I don't know.
Bring it on. A swatch.
I got this diamond encrusted Swatch watch.
Swatch
watch. Yeah, they're like, cool, we'll get you $50,000 for it. Word. All right, I'll be there in, a day. Yeah, get your money. That way you don't have to poop out long strands of fucking actual gold like an asshole. Ironically. Yeah, people are stupid. Hope it was worth it. Now you got caught and you don't have gold and your butt is ruined. Congratulations. The trailers this week was Songbird, which we talked about. So you can go check that out. Any other parting information there, guys?
I'll shove gold up your ass. Because you'll get caught.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
And you just add a $58,000.
You ever come close to shitting your pants? I'm not going to ask Micah that because I know he did.
Have I? No. Not in public.
I've definitely been like, I gotta go, and then I've gone there. Like, that's what I feel like that entire flight would have been, which feels insane to me. Like, I cannot imagine the idea of like, they're like, do you want anything to drink?
Almost
no.
Having to take a shit for like 3 hours. Or however long the flight is.
Yeah, no thank you. No fucking way.
Nah.
Do you want a coffee? I do not. I do not, and neither do you. You don't want me to have a coffee either. Get out of here. Like, do you have cheese? Something to keep it together? Cheese and rice. Help me. All right. That's it for us.
I don't know if I would accept gold that came out of somebody's butt.
They just wash it.
Yeah, just wash it.
I don't want to touch it.
No, that's fine. Wear rubber gloves. And then give me my money. Give me that $58,000.
It's gold.
I'll give you that.
For some reason, that's worth a lot of money.
I'm not shoving anything up my ass to avoid taxes. I'm not Lil Wayne or 50 Cent or Ice Cube. Bunch of bitch ass niggas. Anyway, that's it for us. We will see you guys next time.
See you.
Later.
Bye.
You're watching the Nerdpocalypse YouTube channel. Make sure you click that button to subscribe and check out our weekly podcast where we talk about movie, TV, news, tech, and weird stories from around the internet.